Wang Yibo collapsed into a hospital bed right after returning from overseas, and the one person who refused to leave his side was Xiao Zhan. What happened during those 2 missing weeks? It began at 0:47 a.m. when a private jet landed quietly at Beijing International Airport. No cameras, no official staff, no media announcement, just a tense silence thick enough to make the entire night feel wrong. For 2 weeks, Wang Yibo had vanished from the public eye. No schedules, no sightings, no updates. And fans wondered, where did he go? Why the silence? But everything changed the moment a blurry photo leaked on Weibo. A pale man wearing a black jacket, being pushed in a wheelchair, head lowered, shoulders trembling. And even in the grainy quality, people recognized him instantly. It was Wang Yibo, but that wasn't the part that sent shockwaves through the fandom. Behind the wheelchair, leaning close, hands protectively placed over Yibo's shoulders, stood Xiao Zhan, the man who avoided airports, the man who rarely appeared spontaneously, the man who wasn't supposed to be there. The fandom froze. The media froze. Even the entertainment industry seemed to stop breathing. What was Xiao Zhan doing there? Why did he look so tense, almost desperate? And why did Wang Yibo look like he was struggling to even stand? As airport staff rushed around them, Xiao Zhan didn't care who was watching. The moment Yibo stumbled while stepping down the stairs, Xiao Zhan grabbed his arm instantly, pulling him close, whispering something that a fan caught in a distant recording. "Are you okay?" Yibo shook his head, and that small movement was enough to break the internet. The midnight airport became the beginning of a storm no one saw coming. From the airport, the ride to the hospital felt like a crisis unfolding in real time. Fans who followed the car convoy described it as panicked, rushed, and terrifyingly quiet. When they arrived at the VIP wing of a top Beijing hospital, staff immediately escorted Yibo inside. But what captured every eyewitness's attention wasn't the medical urgency. It was Xiao Zhan. He refused to step back, refused to leave the hallway, refused to let Yibo's hand go. Nurses whispered that Xiao Zhan's face was red from fear, that he kept pacing, biting his lip, turning sharply every time a machine beeped inside the room. His anxiety was so intense that even hospital workers felt emotional. And on the bed, Yibo, weak, exhausted, breathing unevenly, kept searching for him. Every time their eyes met, the mood shifted. Heavy, warm, fragile, like two people holding onto each other after surviving a storm no one else could see. One nurse quietly overheard Xiao Zhan whispering, "I'm right here. I'm not leaving." But behind a closed door, rumors exploded worldwide. Had something happened overseas? Were they traveling together? Did they argue? Or did something personal happen that they didn't want the world to know? None of these questions had answers. All the public knew was this. Xiao Zhan's reaction was far too emotional for anyone to ignore. By 3 a.m., every major platform across Asia and the West exploded. Weibo flooded with hashtags. Hashtag Wang Yibo Hospitalized. Hashtag Protect Yibo. Hashtag Xiao Zhan beside him. Hashtag Get Well Soon Wang Yibo. Hashtag Yibo Zhan Reunion. On Twitter, fans debated through tears. On Instagram, edits and theories flooded story feeds. On TikTok and Douyin, fan live streams ran non-stop as millions waited for updates. And then, silence. Only one statement came from Yibo's agency. Please respect the artist's privacy. That silence only fueled more emotion. Fans sent flower arrangements to the hospital. Some camped outside, praying. Others created comforting messages in dozens of languages. But the emotional core of the global panic was simple. Why did Xiao Zhan look more terrified than anyone else? Several eyewitnesses swore. He didn't sit. He didn't eat. He didn't rest. He kept asking doctors about Yibo's condition. He looked like a man who couldn't breathe until he knew the person inside that room was safe. The fandom speculated endlessly, but one truth kept echoing. Their bond is deeper than anything we've ever seen. Around 6:12 a.m., a member of the cleaning staff passed the hallway outside the VIP room and witnessed a scene that she confessed she would never forget. Inside, Xiao Zhan was sitting at Yibo's bedside, his head bowed, his hand tightly wrapped around Yibo's, not moving, not blinking, just there. And then, with slow effort, Yibo lifted his other hand and touched Xiao Zhan's face, as though comforting someone even more frightened than himself. He whispered softly, "I came back, didn't I? Don't worry too much." Xiao Zhan covered his face with his hand, releasing a shaky breath that sounded like someone finally breaking after holding everything inside for too long. Moments later, Yibo fell asleep again, and Xiao Zhan remained there, still holding his hand, refusing to let go. In that quiet, sunlit room, two shadows overlapped, fragile, tired, and deeply connected by something the world could only guess at. By noon, doctors finally shared that Yibo was stabilizing. Relief washed over Xiao Zhan so strongly that nurses said he almost cried again. When Yibo woke up, seeing Xiao Zhan still in the same chair, he whispered, "You didn't sleep?" Xiao Zhan shook his head. "How could I? You scared me." Yibo gave a faint smile. "The next time you go overseas, let me worry about you." Xiao Zhan exhaled sharply. "There will be no next time. You have to stay healthy. I can't go through this again." And in that moment, the cold hospital room felt warmer than the rising Beijing sun. The world still doesn't know what truly happened during those 2 missing weeks. Maybe it was exhaustion, maybe stress, maybe something personal they chose to keep private. But one truth has become impossible to deny. Whatever connects Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan goes far beyond friendship, beyond colleagues, beyond any label the world tries to give them. Their silence said nothing, but their actions, their fear, their closeness said everything.